there, Sean Wilmot. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross XLS model with the PHEV powertrain. The Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross is still Mitsubishi's newest nameplate, and that's part of the consideration that led to us giving it its category win in our recently held Company Vehicle Car of the Year awards. However, it wasn't all about the fact that the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross is so new. It's not really just about the car, it's actually about all the technology that's gone into it. It's about the fact that Mitsubishi has built this car to blend in with the entire Mitsubishi family range, and that's quite an important consideration in today's world where one SUV looks very similar to another. The Mitsubishi does, however, look quite striking. We've got these heroic shaped chiseled lines here, and we've got this beautiful dynamic front shield up the front, which is so representative of the Mitsubishi brand. The lighting structure is new, it's contemporary, and it's very, very vibrant. And overall, the entire shape is just what Mitsubishi wants you to see as the vehicles progress further forward. Add to that, of course, we also had the very latest in technology in terms of the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle technology, which is what we're here to talk to you about today. So what makes up the hybrid side of the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross? Good question. Up the front we have a 2.4 litre MyVec petrol engine, which is a typical Mitsubishi powertrain, and we've also got the two electric motors that are connected to either axle, which basically effectively means that this car, when it's on its electric mode, becomes a four-wheel drive vehicle, truly driving all four wheels. Combined, the two powertrains give us a maximum power output of 94 kilowatts and around about 199 newton meters of torque. And in terms of fuel consumption, because we are now incorporating the petrol engine, we can actually give you the fuel consumption figure from Mitsubishi, which is 1.9 litres per 100 and around 43 grams of CO2 per kilometre. And those figures are staggeringly low for using a 2.4 MyVec petrol engine. We have the option of locking the vehicle into pure electric mode, and that will allow us to run a total distance of 55 kilometres, which is about the average distance for most people going in and out of work from the central city out to the suburbs or vice versa. We have just left an environment where the lane departure control warning and the lane keeping assist functions are all very, very useful, as are the blind spot monitoring system and the camera system, which also picks up people walking behind the vehicle. And tying that all up, of course, there's a lot more on board the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, which is a 5-star safety and CAP rated vehicle. So what you've just seen there is the application of Mitsubishi's super all-wheel control four-wheel drive system as it pertains specifically to the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. The Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross has a number of drive modes which we can access using the drive mode selector down here beside the main shifter. For the moment we've been driving in normal, but we can go to eco mode, we can go to snow mode, gravel mode, or back to the hardcore tarmac. One of the big things about SUVs and family trips is you have to be considerate of the handling and how that's going to affect your passengers' comfort levels. You don't really want people feeling a little bit squidgy when you're going around on long trips. With the Eclipse Cross, Mitsubishi's got the wheelbase just about right, so that as you go around these corners, it actually feels very, very stable and very, very flat in terms of its cornering ability. And this is really quite an essential consideration. Well, that was a fairly decent bit of workout, but now let's see how well this thing performs on gravel. This is awesome. It's just like a mountain goat, and it's so trackable. It's going exactly where I point the wheels. This is phenomenal. It's like I've got huge gobs of grip, and it feels so stable. It's rock solid. The interior of the Eclipse Cross is familiar territory to those of us who have been with Mitsubishi product for a while, particularly in the new generation. This is why we're quite used to seeing things like the black piano plastic, the chrome highlights, the nice soft touch leathers everywhere that it's supposed to be, and of course we're also feeling these very comfortable seats which use a clever combination of leather and suede to actually present a very comfortable and sporty feel. In the same vein of familiar ground, we also have the 8-inch multimedia touchscreen, which allows us to interface with Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto functionality. And the Bluetooth is also carried through to the voice command activation system, which you can find on the steering wheel. We've also got the dual USB chargers up the front here, and directly below those we have 2 front seat heaters, which was a very pleasant surprise actually. I wasn't expecting this, given that this is not actually the top model variation. Back here, this seat is exactly set up for me, and that's perfect. But in saying that, I've actually got plenty of room for me to sit behind myself, if you see what I mean. I've got knee room, I've got space under the seats to tuck my feet, and I've got plenty of headroom up here as well. The other cool thing, I've got this really handy dandy little armrest here, which we don't usually pay a lot of attention to. But in this one, I really want to touch base on it, because not only does it sit very nicely with my elbow, it also allows me to have a coffee cup right with an arm's grip. And I think the ergonomics of this have been really, really well thought out. Well, it rather looks like somebody's called our little wandering adventure to an end. I guess there's not much more for me to say, except that this is a really, really amazingly impressive vehicle for all that it's capable of doing. And don't forget, it comes with the 10-year Diamond Advantage warranty from bumper to bumper, which is perfectly great. What about the battery? That's covered by an 8-year or 160,000 K warranty, which will give you plenty of peace of mind for lots of Mitsubishi motoring miles. We'll see you at the dealership.